All right, beautiful people. You already know who it is. Good Dog back again once again. Let's lock in. Shout out to the IPA, International Passport Association and affiliates. Good Dogs, Good Books merch. You already know where to find that stuff. All right, I'm on the road again. You know what I'm doing. If y'all are part of the second channel, make sure you subscribe to Might Be Hustling if you want to. Y'all know why I'm out here on these streets, right? But I want to talk to y'all about something. I kind of feel like there's this dirty, dirty secret that Filipinas aren't really telling their foreign men, right? I feel like there's a dirty, dirty secret that Filipinas aren't really sharing with their guys. And today I'm going to expose the truth, because this is something that I've seen happen to myself and other foreigners out there. And it's something that if you're not thinking about it the correct way, you may go about it the wrong way, right? So my young lady likes to cook. Now, before we met, I don't think she was really too much in the kitchen like that. But since we've been married, since we've been together, my young lady likes to cook. All right? But if you've been with any traditional Filipina, you will know that the majority of them like to cook and cook well. And they like to cook for the family. They like to cook for their men. But if you think about how often they feed you, a lot of this will start to make sense, right? So the way Filipinos eat, Filipinos in general, the way they eat throughout the day: breakfast, merienda, which is a snack; lunch, merienda, another snack; dinner, and then maybe something in the evening time. So Filipinos eat a lot throughout the day. And what I've noticed is, if you're a very fit guy, right? You like to work out, you like to, swole up a little bit and everything like that. I'm not saying that there's not a market for you, because I would be lying if I said that. But what I'm noticing is Filipinas in general find huskier, heavier, chubbier men to be attractive. Now, in hindsight, it's crazy to think that you'll find a Filipina or any type of lady that would choose a chubbier, chunkier, huskier guy over a very fit guy, or somebody who's very thin or ripped or shredded and stuff like that. It's crazy to think that they would choose the chubbier guy over the fit guy. And again, we can have this conversation all day long, but what I'm saying is Filipinas like their guys to be a little heavier. They like their guys to be chubbier. And it may blow your mind, but if you think about it, back in the day, guys who were heavier, who were chubbier, were thought to be rich and well off. Now, maybe not so much rich, but definitely well off because they could afford to eat, right? So any guy who was of a larger stature, y'all know that motherfucker was eating. So if he was eating, he could afford to eat. Therefore, i.e., he had money, right? So when you go to the Philippines and Filipinas are constantly trying to feed you, I kind of feel like there's a dirty little secret in that, but it's kind of not necessarily what they want, but something that they like, because they know that their guy is eating, their guy is healthy, their guy is eating well. Somewhat, if you're a thinner type of guy or you're a little skinnier, sometimes they look at you crazy and be like, "Oh my God, you need to eat. Are you sick?" Right? People look at you and say some crazy shit like that. But if you are a huskier, chunkier guy, not telling you that that's what I want you to be, because I want you to be the healthiest, best version of yourself. But there is a market for guys that are like that. So when you're thinking in your head and you see a Filipina out with this very, very seemingly obese type of guy, and you're like, what the world does she see in this man? That's probably it. The idea that hunky, chubby guys are eating well, eating good, they got smonies or whatever, and they just find themselves to be naturally attracted to them. But if you're married or in a relationship and you come into the relationship somewhat, I won't say skinny, but in shape, I can almost guarantee your Filipina is gonna feed you as often as she can. Because you guys know Filipinos have this ideology, or the way that they talk to men. "Oh my God, did you eat? Did you already have your breakfast? Did you already have your snack? Did you already have your lunch? Did you already have your snack? Did you already eat your dinner?" They're often questioning you guys on this. And for most of us, from the foreigner perspective, we're looking at it like, "Oh my God, she really cares about me. She really cares about whether I've eaten or not." And that's a rarity, because a lot of guys don't necessarily have a lot of women that are concerned about their well-being from the perspective of, did you eat or not? But when you're dealing with a Filipina, you'll have them ask these questions quite often, especially in the earlier parts of any type of relationship or situationship you find yourself in, right? And then if you had not eaten, I can almost guarantee you'll find a Filipino out there in your general area that will feed you. That is one thing I know for sure. Filipinas will feed you. They'll, oh my God, if you haven't eaten and they got extra food, they will feed you. Matter of fact, even if they don't have extra food, they will actually, depending on who you're around, and I've been around people like this one, which is why it's a very humbling experience to be in the Philippines if you have not. But I've been in situations where I've told people I haven't eaten yet, not necessarily because I can't afford to eat, but because I just hadn't gotten to it at that moment. They will literally sit there and say, oh, come to my house, we got food, I'll feed you, right? They'll fix you up something. They'll make you something. And even if it's not already made and they got to cook it themselves, they will do it for you. And it's the craziest, most humbling thing that I've ever had happen to me. Because you don't have to feed me. I can take care of me. I just hadn't gotten to the food yet. But for them, it's different. Like, they want to make sure that you're fed, taken care of. And that's like I said, it's a really good thing. It's a humbling thing. But ultimately, that type of shit will make you fat, right? Filipinas, if that's your relationship, she gonna make you fat in an effort to somewhat make you, in my opinion, this is the psychology dark part of it all for me, she gonna make you fat to make you unattractive to other women. She's gonna make you fat and try to make you chubby to make you unattractive to other women. Not knowing that that could potentially backfire because some of these women actually enjoy a chubbier guy. Now, what is the basic point of this video? I'm not telling you to go out there and get chunky. Nah, be your best self. Like, don't play games with that. I want you to be healthy, all right? But what I am saying is, if you are a huskier build, and this shouldn't be a secret or anything, but there is a market of women out there for it, right? So I want you to be the best version of yourself, but if you just like to eat like me, right? I'm trying to find this balance, y'all. It's tough. It's tough out here in the streets, man. But if you are a chubbier guy, there's still a market out there for you. There are still a bunch of women out there that'll be like, yo, I find this man to be attractive, even if he is a little bit heavier than any of the other guys around here or whatever. There's always going to be a market for it. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say, man. It doesn't matter if you're fat, right? Girls will still want you, but be careful because Filipinas have this tendency to try to make you fat on purpose or whatever, plump you up almost as if you're a sacrificial lamb. You know, let me get him fat before we cook his ass on the grill type shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I just want you to have fun with it, but I want you to understand that there is a market for you guys out there. Like I said, I find myself somewhere in the middle right now, trying to work, trying to get better about my life. But, you know, don't get me wrong, man. I likes to eat, and I ain't gonna change that. But whatever you get out of this video, let me know in the comment section below, man. Let me know if you guys have experienced the exact same thing. I would love to hear what you guys got to say. All right, it's been a good dot, man. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed, man. Doc's on to the next one.